Hey guys, what's Scar here, and today I'm with Kad, and this is episode like 5 or something of the podcast series, and we're gonna be doing some podcasting stuff. So
Yeah, it's
yeah.
gonna be fantastic.
So Kid Farts,
Do
do
some
you
thought.
want to start off the podcast, or do you want me to start off the podcast? Because I have some stories. Like I've been
Well,
prepared.
I
We
mean,
haven't talked this.
you started the podcast right before I said, let's think of some things to do for the podcast. But okay, you decide on something to talk
Okay.
about.
The topic is like hiking and outdoorsy stuff.
We know you're into that.
Yes, I
But I
are into
did see this
that.
one thing where I think you went hiking today, didn't you?
I did, and now I kind of want to just like sleep right now, but I'm not
That's how everyone
because
is.
podcast. So you guys should be happy that we're doing the podcast instead of me sleeping.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Also, one thing you people should do, request things that we should do for the podcast.
I think they did that last episode. We just didn't like.
Nope. I don't think we even got. Do we even get any answers?
I think we did.
Or
That
anyone
oh I
who
hate
we
this.
did?
I hate this button. Don't show this message again. Kill the message with fire.
Okay.
It does it every single time I do this, and it's really aggravates me. All right, actually,
Congratulations.
let me look. We might actually have some topics. I think there was like how to die, drink bleach, stuff like that. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. Unless you actually did comment that, then you're weird. All right. School stories was the last podcast we did. Let me look. 17 comments. What the heck? Um. Do a podcast on your favorite mod pack and favorite moments of it.
I don't even play mods. What's a mod?
Do you even mod, bro? Okay, so, that was our only suggestion. The others were like, do Donald Trump Walls edition, and then like, I don't even know what the other ones were. Another one was first.
Great.
All right, so we might do that later. Might touch on it a little bit, but I like the hiking stuff because I want to talk about it, and I have a lot of stories.
Nope, you talk about it.
All right, so first things first. If you guys didn't know, I work out sometimes, and by that I mean I'm trying to get back into the workout schedule. And one of the things I do is I go running at the park that's like right beside my house.
Yeah.
And what I do is I run from my house to the park, and then there's like a little hill I run up to the greenway that's there, which is just like a paved running area. And as I was going there, I got a text, so I was checking the text right before I started my run because I hadn't really technically started. I was just kind of walking forward.
Yeah.
I was on the trail yet and stuff. So I was checking my text, and then I put my backpack on, and I just look up, and there was just this guy, just like this older guy, just staring at me. He was just like, just,
on your phones.
he
Back
just
in my
like,
day, we had flip phones. We had some dial-in phones. And you had
he
to,
looked
like,
a little, he looked a little strange too. He was just like staring at me, like,
this creepy
What
old
you
guy.
doing there, boy? Why you just looking at your phone, boy? What you doing, boy?
and then I just kind of looked at him, and then I started my run.
I didn't know he was Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, he is, bro.
It took me that long to figure out remember who Bruce Wayne. Remember his name was Bruce Wayne. I'm like, what's his name again? Do I have any weird stories?
I have more.
Okay, you just go through them, because
All right, I'll just do the entire podcast. You'll just be here
Yeah,
to
you-
commentate on what I talk about.
that's every podcast, man.
So today I went to this really cool place, and
Okay.
there's like a bunch of rocks,
Mm-hmm.
and just I'm not talking like little rocks. I'm talking huge boulders. And so
catch
what we had to
bucket.
do was, well, first off, the GPS took us to the wrong place, so that wasn't very nice. Well, it didn't take us to the wrong place. It just took us past where it was supposed to. So we ended up finding where we were going. Then we started the hike, and then we were hiking up, and they were like, "Okay, so like, is this it?" I'm just like, "No, No, it's just a 2.5 mile hike up, and then we get to the rocks. Like, okay, we can do that. But like halfway through, one of the girls was just like, "Are we there yet?" And I just
Like, you just gotta hate people like that.
it was like a mile up. We hadn't really done anything yet, and they were like, "Are we there yet?" So then I was just like, "No, we're not there yet. We'll get there when we get there."
When we get there.
So we ended up making it up. No one died. They kind of wanted to, but it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Just tumble all the way back down.
So we
Do a
hiked
couple
up,
somersaults
and then
down.
there were just like huge boulders. I'll show a picture on the screen if you guys are actually watching the podcast and not just listening to it. I'll show a picture on the screen of the rocks and
That's
stuff.
weird. I mean,
So
what are you
at the
doing?
very top, you see that right there? That they're like, okay, that's the top right there. And I was sitting there right next to my girlfriend and one of her friends. Oh, if you guys were wondering, it was me and 5 other girls. Because I don't know.
He's a ladies guy, you know.
I'm
No,
not. I am a
completely
lady
not.
guy, brr.
Guy. What?
Only one lady.
And lady? Okay, good.
And lady. Anyway, we were up there, and there were the 3 of us, and I had predicted before we even went on the hike that my girlfriend and I, and then her friend, would be at like a whole lot higher up than they are, and a whole lot faster than the other 3 people, and I was completely correct. So we were up there, and they were like, "Oh yeah, look, the top's like right up there. We can do that easy. Just climb up there." And then I'm sitting there, I'm talking, I'm just like, "That's not the top. That's not even halfway. It just looks like it's the top from where we're sitting."
Yep.
And the girl was like, "Don't tell them that. Just let them believe that that's the top. Well, they'll figure it out when we get up there."
We'll leave them there.
We'll just leave them there, yeah.
They can sit there, eat whatever food they brought, and we'll just go up there.
We'll
come
go all
back.
the way to the top, come back down, and then we'll meet them halfway when they finally make it to the top of the thing.
Well, at least you decided who's the overachievers and who's the underachievers.
No, we discovered who's in shape and who's not in shape. That's what I discovered. So, we got there, and we're already halfway up. We're past the part that we could see from where we were sitting. We're about halfway up the next part. And one of the girls got to the top, and she's like, "There's more!" Just
God.
like distress, like, "Oh crap, what have I done?" type of voice. She's like, "Guys, it keeps going." But it was okay. They made it to the top. And no
I've
one
never
died.
had to hike with girls, so I'll never know.
I know. And then, if you guys check out my Instagram, if you check out my Instagram, you can see some pictures of the hike. And Twitter, because I posted a rock picture on Twitter, and you can see the rocks that we climbed. It's a lot of fun.
Great job.
Shameless plug.
I'm trying to remember any good hiking stories.
Oh, if we're doing, like, hiking stories, like, in general, I can talk for 2 hours.
Oh gosh.
Because
I've been
I've
on a
done
few
some
hikes
dumb
before.
stuff. And
I've
I've been
been
doing that
hiking
dumb
multiple
stuff ever
times,
since I
but
was a
I've
Cub
never
Scout,
done
and
anything.
I've been a Cub Scout. I started like Cub Scout, Boy
I thought
Scout.
you were just about to
thing
say
in,
I've
like,
been a
6.
Cub Scout for my
Yeah.
whole life. I'm like, what?
I started Cub Scouts when I was
Graduated.
6, and then I am still in Boy Scouts now. So I've done a lot. I've been doing stupid
Yeah, I
stuff for
did the
10 years.
same, and then I kind of quit when I was 14. So. Because, you know, I moved too much, and I'm like, I am not sending everything and moving all my information
Oh
from
my
one street to
gosh,
another.
that would suck so much.
No, I've already had to do it twice.
Oh
Or
my gosh.
3 times now. Wait, no, it has been twice.
That's horrible.
Twice, yeah.
So do you have any good hiking stories? Because if not, I'm going to go to another story.
I had to take all of mine and then move them across to a different troop. And there was this whole debacle of if they're gonna accept it or not.
I don't know about this cat guy. He's a little weird.
Yeah, that was fun. Not really. But I got Life Scout, and I just kind of like, I'm done.
Nice.
Like, I got like, I think it was like my second to last meeting. I was like, I'm just like, get this out of the way, get it done, I'm out. But yeah. It's been a while since I've been hiking though. Back when I used to live in California, I used to go hiking all the time. I think I went on maybe like, I know this is going to be like nothing to you, but it's been like maybe 5 hikes or so.
Nice.
It was pretty good, and they were pretty good hikes too.
Yeah, my legs feel like they want to fall off. And then after the hike, I stuck my feet in the lake, like the river water that came from like at the top of the mountain, and then my feet just like instantly went numb.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can get used to this. I don't feel the pain anymore.
Oh, I have a story to this. Yeah, it was sort of a story. What happened? I'm just gonna mention this. This was back in like, this was a while ago. I think I was like, what, 9, 10 when this happened. But I went to a camp back when I was still in Cub Scouts up in like, pretty high up in mountains. And I remember going there. It was on a really bad, one of those really windy roads. And I was sitting in the back of the car, and I was like, I'd never get car sick at all, but that's probably the closest I've been to actually throwing up because of car sick. When we got there, it was just like, and also what happened was that it was one of those places where, you know how you, obviously, you know, when you go to camps and stuff, they have terrible bathrooms.
Yes.
Just like outdoor bathrooms. So I was like, I do not want to use these at all. So then we got there at like 1 a.m. I don't think I went the entire day. And then I woke up the next morning and I thought, wait, I'm like, I need to go to the bathroom. Wait, how long have I gone without going to the bathroom? So I'm like, I haven't got here, and I've been here for almost 24 hours. Like, oh, whoa. So I'm like, and I think it was a total of like, I think 21 hours without going to the bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
I have the camel, as my mom says, the bladder of a camel.
And I thought I was bad for not going to the bathroom right after I wake up.
Trust me, I go, how long? 7, 8 hours without going to the bathroom every day.
Oh my gosh.
Because
you don't go to school.
I don't know what's worse than camp bathrooms. School bathrooms. That's what's worse. And I've never needed to go into those. Except when I was in middle school. But, yeah. And the good thing for me, I've only got 1 week of school left, and most of that's just half a day testing.
Nice.
Awesome for me. And then I've got the entire month of June to do absolutely nothing. But, yeah.
No, you're definitely doing stuff, Kid Farts. We're doing more podcasts. We're doing daily podcasts.
Yeah, we're doing more podcasts.
Daily podcasts.
Daily podcasts, great.
No, we're not doing daily podcasts. That's not going to work, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it won't. It really won't. We'd have to record like 2, maybe 3 a day.
That'd be horrible.
But yeah, back on topic. After that, I think I went that day. I think I went to the bathroom maybe 7 times or so.
Holy crap.
Yeah, and about...
It's like right as you like turn around to leave the bathroom, you're like, oh, gotta go again.
Yep, pretty much. I'd wait an hour, go to the bathroom, go, I'm out another hour.
And you'd be in there for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Be like, what's Kat doing in there?
Okay, we're gonna go into hiking stories, but I just remember this from, I think, was it the same camp? I forget. Oh wait, no, it was. So what we did is that we had a bunch of different troops there. And we decided to do, on I think it was like either the last day or the second to last day, we decided to do a bunch of different games of troops competing against each other.
Oh, that's cool.
Different, like, yeah, in different challenges and stuff. One of them I remember was the, what was it, egg and, where you have to hold the egg on a spoon and just run from one place and back.
Oh, dude, that's hard.
While passing it off. Yeah, we had to do that. And whoever finishes it first, and if you break it, you're out. So we finished like 3rd on that.
Nice.
And we played a bunch of other games. I forget what games we played, but this one, I remember. Oh wait, no, I just remembered something else. So what we did is that we had all the I think it was either scoutmasters or assistants that or assisting parents that were in the troop that came along. They did a belly flop contest. It was great.
They did a what?
Belly flop contest.
Oh my gosh.
I forget it was diving or just belly flop, but I can't. It was. I just remember this. This was a long time too. Remember, I was like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
But the one thing I remember, this was probably the funniest thing, was that what we did is that we did a what was it, a race in the lake, in one of the lakes that we were in. Let me let you know, this is like basically like almost below freezing lake that we're swimming in. So it's, I think, 3 people, and you have to go from one side of the lake, which is like, I don't know how long it was. I think it was like maybe 50 feet you had to swim, and then go back. And so we did that, and then we were, I think, maybe 4th out of like 6 people, and my friend was one of the last people to go. So he goes out there, and and then on the other side there's just a sandbar filled with rocks. He goes up, glides onto the rocks, just runs, jumps back in the water, and we end up finishing second. It was amazing. I just see him just running over there, just barefoot on a bunch of not that comfortable rocks, just running as fast as he can, just diving it. It was great. That's all I can really remember from that.
Oh, speaking of rocks. Not.
Oh, God. I can just see where these stories go.
Speaking of rocks, it has to do with camping. So, I mean, that's kind of on topic, but it's a short story.
It's a podcast. We don't need to be on topic.
That's okay. Yeah, exactly. We should change this to we should change our series from podcast to Random Bunny Trails. Random Bunny Trails, episode 6.
Okay, I'm
so
bad for that.
Do you know what the O is? Order of the Arrow?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So, I was the guide Alingamet person, and I had to guide my troop or my group through the week, not through the ordeal, and tell them what to do and stuff. And that night you have to sleep in the woods without a tent, so you just have a tarp and a sleeping bag.
Yeah.
And it started to rain, so I just curled up in my tarp and slept. I just slept flipping fantastic. I don't know how I did that, but it was great. I woke up the next morning, and everyone's slowly waking up and stuff. And there was this one guy who was talking to me at breakfast, and he was like, "Yeah." There were these 2 guys that were talking back and forth, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, I heard you sit up in the middle of the night and just sit there," and then I went back to sleep. He's like, "Yeah, I couldn't sleep. I was sleeping on a flock of rocks." He said I got so he's like, "I was tossing and turning on those rocks for 3 hours, and then I just was just screw it, so I just folded my tarp and sat down and waited for you all to wake up." So we literally sat there for 4 hours in the dark, just waiting for us to wake up.
It reminds me of a story, but I'm pretty sure I already said it on this podcast though. I think it was it was probably the first podcast I mentioned where we were supposed to set up a tarp on and have 2 people split up into 2, and I obviously did not want to sleep in a tarp for the night. So we ended up setting it up, and then we realized that there wasn't enough room. So I was like, let's take against the guy, but I was like, yeah, I really don't want to do it. And he says, well, I guess I can sleep in the tarp. So I go back into my tent and sleep the whole night peacefully in my sleeping bag. So I've never slept under a tarp before.
Nice.
And I can say that I did, but I never did. So yeah.
Back to on-topic stories.
On-topic story.
Today.
What hiking stories do you have, Tennis Core?
Well, should I do more stories about today or past stories?
Just say whatever.
All right, so today I completely just lost my train of thought.
Well, I mean, you did do that today, so...
Like you could. I did lose my train of thought today.
Yeah.
Like you know those light bulbs that like ding, I've got an idea.
Yep.
Yeah, the light bulb just blew up.
It was such a good idea, I forgot.
Someone just like shot the light bulb and it bam. Oh my gosh, this is bad. Lizards, we saw a bunch of lizards today. That was cool.
Great.
I had something funny
to tell. If we
to
have
tell.
to go into lizards, I've got some not the things that I learned about lizards today. Or just reptiles in general.
Go ahead, Kad. I completely lost what I was gonna say.
Okay, completely off topic of just nature and hiking in general. Today I was in my biology class for probably the last time, and we were watching one of these documentaries on basically reptiles in general, and weird like adaptations that they have, and I'm trying to think of any weird like lizard ones. There were a lot of funny ones on toads though.
Toads?
We learned about, I think it's called like a pebble toad. So basically what it does is that it sort of blends in with a bunch of different rocks, and to get away from predators, it goes up into like a ball and just rolls down a hill. Basically, imagine just this thing just rolling down a hill to escape you.
Look, a ball.
Look a ball. Oh yeah, I learned about a lizard that can float on water, that is waterproof.
That's cool.
It was pretty cool. I learned about something about an iguana that isn't the most appropriate thing, but I'll say it anyway. But in the most PG way possible. So basically, I think it's like one of the some desert somewhere. There's like a species of iguana that lives there. That basically you would think like an iguana that's living in a desert. That doesn't make too much sense. But actually what it does is pretty cool. That half of it, you know how iguanas can like change colors? I mean, chameleon.
Yeah, chameleon.
So I get iguanas and chameleons.
A chameleon living in the desert.
time.
That makes more sense. I'm like, iguanas, that's not that hard to believe.
Chameleon, that's
okay,
what
I got you now.
But yeah, so weird thing, you know, chameleons change color and stuff.
Yeah.
This one changes half of its body color facing the sun, and the other side is a different color.
What?
I know. So like half of its color will be like a darker color to get in sunlight, and the other side will just be white. I was like, what?
Huh.
It equals blown. But this is the weird thing. Because they live in a desert, you're not going to see much of each other. And obviously, as any animal needs to do, you need to reproduce.
Yeah.
So what happens is that in the rare occasion that a male chameleon will find a female, they will meet each other, you know, sort of make out sort of thing for maybe a minute, and then just walk away from each other. And the female will eventually hatch a baby at some point. So it's basically it's the same as it's basically the same as running into somebody which you don't know that you met like 2 seconds ago. Sort of having an intimate relation with them for about a minute and then walking away to never see them again.
Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy.
But we should start making out right now so I can leave.
Okay, so the story I was trying to think of earlier.
I got your train of thought back, Mr.
I got my train of thought back. Like, it's pulling back into the station. Alright. So, today, there was this really cool, like, overhang looking thing.
Yeah.
There were 2 rocks that were, like, that had fallen and were, like, butt up against each other. So it was this huge, like, kind of, I say huge and then I say mini cave. But it's this huge mini cave, bruh. But, like, They were huge rocks, but it made a mini cave. That makes sense. And then it could fit like 4 people in it or so. Yeah. So, my girlfriend and I were just sitting there because it was really hot outside and it was cold. It was cold in there. It was cooler in there. Yeah. And then one of our other friends comes down, and she's like, "Hey mom, can you throw my water bottle?" She's like, "Okay, yeah, sure." So she tosses her water bottle, and she misses it. It hits a rock, and then you hear boom, 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 as it like falls down like 40 feet and just the rocks below.
Oh my god!
I looked down there, and I was just like, "That's gone."
Like inside the cave.
It was kind of like they're just where we went. There were just rocks and rocks piled on top of more rocks and rocks. So there's huge, just like openings.
Yeah.
So it hit one rock, fell through an opening, fell through another opening, and went down and down and down. And it kind of echoed too. So it was kind of like one of those things where you look into like a well to see how far down it goes, and you like drop something and wait for the splash. That's kind of what happened there.
Oh my god.
Except for we waited for the noise to stop.
When did it stop?
And it went pretty far down in there.
Oh my gosh.
So that was pretty funny.
Was that like an actual like water bottle, like a plastic one?
No, it was like a good water bottle.
Oh, like a Camelback one or like?
Kind of like you know those like Gatorade ones where you, or the Nike?
Oh yeah.
The Gatorade ones where you like squeeze the green ones.
Oh yeah.
The one like is like one of those except blue and off-brand.
Yeah. Yeah.
But nicer. Kind of like I got it. It was like one of those Gatorade bottles with the squeeze thing.
That's what you just said.
No, like the other ones, the other Gatorade bottles that you buy in the store. Like the ones with the twist top.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
With like you like the twist the top and you squirt it like.
Okay, we get it.
Okay, it's like one of those. Okay. Except with a different lid. Anyway, water bottle, lost it. It was nice. It sucks.
I'm trying to think of if I ever lost anything just while camping.
Oh my gosh, my dad lent me his like not like really nice vest, but one of his nicer vests for a hike, and I just completely left it on the hike. I came back and he's like, "Do you have my vest?" I'm like,
Oh, that reminds me. Back when I was in Boy Scouts, I forget, but I needed a what was it? A compass for something. I forget what I needed it for. It was for, I think,
either draw some circles, bro. Like what else do you need a compass for?
Yeah, I mean like an actual one, but but I needed it for
like compass that tells direction.
Yeah, one of the direction compasses. And so what happened was that my Scoutmaster decided he'd lend one to me, and I may still have it.
Oh my gosh, it reminds me.
And you're probably not gonna see it, but well, Scar can write. Oh, wait, never mind. I forgot that I didn't. Never mind. But if you listen to this, that is the sound. That's what it is. I still have it in my drawer right now.
Okay, that reminds me. So, have you guys played Star Wars Battlefront 2? I mean, obviously you have, because it's an awesome game.
Oh wait, duh. I mean, that's my favorite. That's literally one of my favorite original Xbox games.
Yeah, Xbox.
Actually,
Xbox.
It is.
Star Wars Battlefront 2. It's a great, fantastic game. I borrowed it from my friend when it was like new. Because he didn't play anymore, so it was like, "Hey, here, can I borrow your game?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." He gave me like the CD when that was still a cool thing.
Yeah.
So I put it in. I played it. I'm like, "This is awesome." I played it a lot, and then he moved. He never asked for it back, so I forgot about it, and he moved away, and I still have that game to this day. And that was like 10 years ago.
I feel like I'm doing the exact same thing again, where I'm just gonna find my Star Wars Battlefront game, probably both of them, and just put them here too, for the sake of having them. But yeah, that was probably one of my favorite Xbox games, though.
That was a great game. I don't know.
I think I played it for about maybe 2 years straight. It's probably my favorite game.
I played it a lot, but I think I might actually like Star Wars Battlefront 1 better.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same with that.
Star Wars Battlefront 1, dude, that was a fantastic game. You couldn't beat it.
Scar, come over. We'll do some Battlefront.
Yeah.
I still have my original.
When I come visit you, and we can watch Lord of the Rings and play some Battlefront.
Yep. I've got it up on my. I still have my original Xbox, and it still works. So.
Nice.
We could do that.
All right, let's do it. You could go to Minecon, and then we could bring your Xbox, and I'll bring some movies, and we'll play mine. We'll play Battlefront.
That thing is huge.
It'd be like a carry-on and then just your Xbox.
That's the thing. That's the size of like a a pretty good gaming computer. So it could be that. It could be that size. Yeah. What else?
If you don't have any stories, I think it might be a good spot to end a podcast.
Yep, I think so. So, everybody, if you've enjoyed the podcast, remember to leave a like and request things for us to do. Next thing, I am opening up my wallet for some reason. Because it's here.
Like...
Yep, that's me opening it and closing it. Because I don't know why. But yeah. Leave comments for things we should do, and we'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. We'll not actually do it, because you can't...
if you tell us to, like, drink bleach, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah, you have no, video evidence of us actually doing it. So, yeah. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to check out other podcasts if you enjoyed. And we'll be making these more often, because we have no life now, because school's over and stuff.
So subscribe.
Subscribe to Kid Farts. Link is in the description below.
Okay, we hadn't been that weird the entire time. And
okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh. I got carried away. The outro just like turned me weird.
It made you feel.
Okay, before this gets any more cringy or we carry on another rabbit trail. See you guys in the video.